Ever wondered why planets orbit the sun without crashing or flying off? Space is dark and empty, yet planets stay in line. We'll uncover the secrets of gravity, speed, and the cosmic drama that keeps planets faithfully spinning in their orbits. Have you ever looked at the night sky and wondered, why do planets orbit the sun? Well, humans have been curious about that for thousands of years. Back then, people thought Earth was the center of the universe. Planets, stars, everything revolved around us. But then came a rebellious scientist, Copernicus, who said, maybe that's not quite right. And just like that, everything changed. Let's dive in and uncover why planets spin around out there. Before Copernicus, the world believed in the geocentric theory, Earth in the center, everything else spinning around it. That idea came from Ptolemy and was used for centuries. But over time, weird things started to happen. Planets like Mars would sometimes move forward, then suddenly backward. Weird, right? That got scientists thinking, what if our theory is wrong? But it took serious guts to say Earth wasn't the center of it all. Luckily, Copernicus had courage the size of Jupiter. Copernicus said, what if the sun is actually in the center? Gasp. Thus, the heliocentric theory was born. Planets, including Earth, orbit the sun. At first, people resisted, since this idea clashed hard with old beliefs. But then Galileo came along like, I've got a telescope, and when he peeked at the sky, he found unseen stars and moons orbiting Jupiter. Meaning? Not everything revolves around Earth. The old theory started to crumble. Galileo didn't stop there. He also noticed Venus had phases like the moon. That only made sense if Venus was orbiting the sun. This sparked even more curiosity. Enter Johannes Kepler, a math genius. He crunched numbers on planetary motion and came up with 3 awesome laws that helped explain how planets orbit. But still, one big question remained. Why do planets keep orbiting? What's pushing them? Enter Sir Isaac Newton. One day, he was chilling under an apple tree when plunk, an apple hit his head, or so the story goes. He wondered, why did it fall down? Why not up? That random question led to the law of gravity. Newton said everything in the universe pulls on everything else. So, the super heavy sun pulls on the planets, keeping them from flying away. But wait, if the sun pulls them, why don't planets just fall into it? Here's the secret. Planets also have motion. Imagine throwing a rock sideways while pulling it toward you. It'll keep spinning around, right? Same with planets. They're flying sideways but constantly pulled by the sun's gravity. The result? They orbit in ellipses, not perfect circles. Kepler figured that part out. So, a planet's path is a cosmic tug-of-war between motion and gravity. Beautifully balanced. So now it makes sense, right? Planetary motion is like a cosmic drama of push and pull. The sun pulls the planets with gravity, the planets try to escape with their speed and then get pulled back in, and repeat. But it's a super stable drama. If not, everything would be chaos. Thanks to Newton's laws, everything stays in order. That's why planets neither crash into the sun nor fly off into space. They stay in a perfect comfort zone. But why can the sun pull so strongly? Because it's massive. The sun holds 99.8% of all the mass in the solar system. Crazy, right? Imagine the solar system as a big cake. Almost the whole cake is the sun, and the planets are just crumbs. With that much mass, the sun's gravity dominates, keeping everything in check. Even comets and asteroids get caught in its pull. Bottom line, the one with the most mass makes the rules. Fun fact, planets don't just orbit quietly, they tilt and spin in funky ways. Take Earth. Its rotation axis is tilted 23.5 degrees. That tilt gives us seasons. Other planets are even wilder. Uranus, for example, is tilted so far it's practically lying down. These spins and tilts make the sky's movement even more interesting. Still, everything plays by one major rule: gravity. The ultimate boss that keeps the cosmos in check. So, from the days when people thought Earth was the center to heliocentric theories, Kepler's laws, and Newton's gravity, we've come a long way in understanding why planets orbit the Sun. But hey, this is just the beginning. Next time, we'll explore how planets stay stable for billions of years, can orbits change, and can a planet fall out of the system? Oh, and yes, there are stories of planets that got kicked out of the solar system. Ready for more cosmic mysteries? Okay, earlier we talked about how planets move thanks to gravity and speed, but now let's ask, how do their orbits stay stable for billions of years? The answer: balance. A planet's motion is like a perfectly balanced seesaw. If they go too slow, they fall into the sun. Too fast? They fly away into space. Luckily, everything's been set up just right since the solar system was born. The solar system was born 4.6 billion years ago from a giant cloud of dust. That cloud collapsed under its own gravity and started spinning. The more it spun, the denser the center became. That center turned into the sun. The leftover dust and gas spun around it, clumping together into planets. So planets got a starting push from the beginning. That's why they already had just the right orbiting speed from day one. Even though orbits are stable, they're not perfectly fixed. Orbits can shift slightly due to gravitational disturbances. For example, huge Jupiter can influence the motion of other planets. Sometimes it kicks asteroids or comets off course. But don't worry. These orbit changes are tiny and take millions of years to matter. So no, Earth won't suddenly fly out of the solar system anytime soon. But there are extreme cases, planets that get kicked out of their star systems. These are called rogue planets. They were probably once part of systems like ours, but due to gravitational disruptions from big planets or nearby stars, they were ejected. Now, they drift alone in the darkness of space. No sunlight, no orbit, just endless wandering. Kinda sad, but also super cool. Imagine a planet just roaming the galaxy solo. Here's the twist: even without a star, rogue planets can still stay warm inside. If they're big enough, the heat from their formation can last billions of years. Some scientists even think life could exist on them. Extreme life, maybe under thick ice with warm oceans below. Wild, right? A planet without a sun, possibly harboring life beneath frozen layers. But of course, that's just a theory. We've never seen a rogue planet up close. But the search is on. Back to our solar system, this orbital balance is exactly what makes Earth perfect for life. Earth's distance from the Sun is just right, called the habitable zone. Too close, water evaporates. Too far, it freezes. A stable orbit means Earth's climate doesn't go wild. If Earth's orbit were too stretched or wobbly, life might not even exist. So yeah, these simple planetary motions are a huge deal for life as we know it. But Earth does go through small changes too. There's something called precession, a slow wobble in Earth's axis, like a spinning top starting to tilt. This can shift seasons over thousands of years. There's also orbital shifts due to other planets' gravity. All of this is known as the Milankovitch cycles, and they're believed to affect Earth's past ice ages. So even with stability, Earth's orbit is still dynamic. The universe loves slow surprises. Here's another cool fact. Planets can lock one side facing another object. For example, the Moon always shows the same face to Earth. That's called gravitational locking. In other star systems, there are planets with one side in constant daylight, the other in endless night. Imagine living there. One half burning hot, the other freezing cold. A planet's orbit and spin truly shape its weather, and even the chance for life. So in short, planets orbit thanks to a mix of gravity and early momentum, and their orbits are stable thanks to an incredibly precise balance. But that balance can still be disrupted. Some planets get kicked out, some tug on each other, and some have really weird paths. Yet through all that cosmic chaos, we learn the universe is insanely complex and beautiful. All that motion is like a cosmic dance that's been going on for billions of years. Now you know why planets orbit, why those orbits stay stable, and even how planets can get flung out of their systems. This story shows that behind the beauty of the night sky, there are natural laws working non-stop, and we, tiny beings on Earth, can understand it all thanks to curiosity and science. So next time you look up at a star or planet, remember, they all have long stories about gravity, speed, and endless journeys. From the birth of the solar system to castaway planets, it all shows how awesome natural laws are. Planetary motion isn't just physics, it's a story of balance and cosmic wonder. And us? We're the lucky little spectators who get to understand it all. If enjoyed this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss other exciting videos. Likes and comments will also help this channel grow even more. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.